mould for you folks. This was just from AliExpress, so not expensive, but it looks like a really detailed little dragon and a pot. And that's quite detailed too, look. There you go. Detailing on the inside there. Obviously it's going to be like, so I'm going to make that, and I want to make it like an antique bronze. Got some chocolate brown mica powder, so it'll have a little bit of a sheen to it. I think this is going to be kind of matte finish. Look at it. That should make a nice dark brown. And then we've got this gilding paste to do the details, and I've never used this before, so I thought we'd have a try together. Right, let's crack on. I'm going to get all PPE'd up, get the resin ready, and we'll take it from there. So I've got my resin mixed up, just mixing in a nice little scoop of the brown, chocolate brown powder, which I think will be about the right colour. If I need to make it any darker, I will. Now this isn't going to be enough resin for both parts. I'm pretty sure of that. So I will be mixing up another pot and filling that up as well. But you don't need to see me do this twice, do you? Yeah, that is dark enough. Look how dark and lovely that is. So just making sure it's well mixed in. Now a good quality mica powder should just mix in and you'll not end up with any sort of lumps and little clumps that come up in it. But what you do, just to make sure, obviously stir right around your edges, make sure you've got it well mixed, and then stand and watch it for a second. And you'll see the bubbles are still coming out of the resin because I mixed them in when I was stirring. I'm hopeless like that. But this resin, you know what, it degasses really well. Oh, it's just Apex High Gloss, by the way. This isn't deep enough. Well, it's deep enough to warrant a deep cast resin, but it's not that chunky, so I don't think this is going to overheat and flash cure, so we should just be able to use a regular resin. And I'm not seeing any lumps coming up in this, which you shouldn't, because this is a nice quality mica powder. If you're using the sort of more economical mica powders that do clump, did I say do? Anyway, yeah, the ones that do clump, all you do is let it stand just for a couple of minutes, see if any come up and you get like blobs. And if so, give it another stir, poke them out, and just keep doing that until none are coming up. That's all. Isn't that lovely? Almost looks edible, doesn't it? So in we go. We're going to pull that. We're going to do a mould bowl part first. And I'll show you a little trick to make sure you don't get any bubbles trapped around the edges of this. When it's just part full, give it a little squash like this. And because this is hollow underneath, because it's a pot mould, what you can do, if you pick it up without spilling it, what you can do is squeeze like this, just carefully, because it's going to go everywhere. You see I've got my hand inside and I'm doing that. And again, that'll just make sure you've not got any bubbles trapped around the edges. As I say, you have to do that when it's only part full, and I probably put a bit too much in there. Just to make, so just so you don't spill it. I didn't use as much as I thought. This is a 1/2 pint cup, by the way. People often ask me how much I use. I do just guesstimate, I'm afraid. If you want to know how much your mould holds, fill it with water or sand or, whatever, and then pour it out into a measuring jug, and that'll tell you how much you've got. Just whatever you've used in it, make sure you clean the mould out properly afterwards. If you just use water, that's the obvious one that most people use, then you will need to make sure it's thoroughly dry, because we know what water is like. With resin, it doesn't like it. Right, I'm going to fill the other one up, just do the same, and I'll see when these are ready to demould. Then we can have a look at how detailed this mould is, and we can also have a look at that gilding paste and see how that works. So I will see you later. Okay, shall we have a look at what's gone on here then? I did get a couple of bubbles pop up just at the wrong time, and I didn't notice till after, but that is the underside of the lid. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. It's a nice sort of old, aged looking, dark, like weathered bronze effect. Interesting. Let's get a little dragon out. Oh, a bubble. Darn it. I thought I got all the bubbles out from the rim. Oh well. She's only going to be for me. Yeah, look, what I should have done was got a micro brush and just sort of gone round under the lip. I really wasn't paying attention, was I? Dear, oh dear. Possibly repair them with a bit of UV resin if I wanted, but it's okay. Like I said, it'll be for me, this one. Now this is proving quite tricky to demold. You have to be quite forceful with it, because obviously there is a lot of detail in there which it's hanging on to. But despite being a cheapish mould, I'm going to be careful. Being a cheaper mould, it might tear, but so far so good. It is quite a nice soft silicate. So, yeah. Oh, look, we're in business. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Let's hold him up to the camera. Look at that, isn't he nice? Right then, I am going to try to see if the lid fits first. Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool, isn't it? Isn't that cool? So yes, I'm going to try that gilding stuff. Now it comes with a little sponge thing. Gilding polish it's called. So let's bring it in shot here. Let's try the pot first. Right, not quite sure how much and what I'll need. So I've got some kitchen roll and I've also got one of my old car cleaning cloths. It's an old microfiber. So let's have a look then. Putting my glasses on. Let me bring the camera down so I can make sure. There you go, I can see what you're seeing. We're going to try this first. Now, when I say it comes with a sponge, first of all, you've got your pot of stuff, which is like a thick paste. And then in the lid, there you go, you just pull it out. There's a little spongy thing, isn't that good? So we'll use the bit that's in the lid first, I think. So we'll dab some onto our little sponge. I don't know how much I'm going to need. I want to go for too much, actually, so let's get a bit off on my sponge. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Now, if you overdo it, clearly that is going to go into the pattern too much. And if you rub it, it does even more so. Which I don't want to do, really. But hey, it's done now. I think what I'll do is I'll vary that as it goes around. So if you go lightly over the surface, I've obviously pushed it in too far there. Right, you live and learn, don't you? You do. So, less on the sponge and... I really should put gloves on, shouldn't I? Less on the sponge and just go lightly over the surface. That's awesome. So I didn't need anything to rub it off with after all, really. Gosh, I like that. Now, obviously, that one there I kind of messed up a bit, but I don't know, it's okay. As I keep saying, it's just for me. Isn't that cool? Let's put that to one side. Oop. We'll go around the lip as well. Let's go around the lip, which is how I got it all over my hands. That's one thing I am going to need, a clean-up wipe of that sort. Right, the little dragon then. So yeah, dabbing the surplus off on a cloth I think is a good way to go. So let's dab onto the dragon. Oh yeah. I might need to get a smaller sponge to get into some of these little nooks and crannies because of course he is quite detailed. And there's definitely going to be some bits I can't get to. That is good, isn't it? Yeah, there's definitely bits I can't get to. Let's go down his spine like that and onto his little spiky tail. So you can go around the outside of his scales quite easily. It is just in these little nooks and crannies. Now I have got a sponge brush somewhere. There we go. I wonder if I can get in with this. Yeah, there we go. Probably put this on with your finger as well or something. I don't know. You can definitely get in there with the, I'd say, little sponge brush. Oh, what a lovely effect. Just a tiny bit on my sponge now, look. Just rubbing it over the highlighted areas in his wings. Ooh, there's a claw. Let's see if we can get at the claw. The claw there. And yeah, I've got a few little patches where I've got the gilding wax onto the base. So let's carry on with that. It's like a textured base. I think this is a big thumbs up, don't you? No, I'm not an affiliate, so I did have to pay for this. And sorry, no, I haven't got a discount code. I actually got it from Amazon, so I'll put you the link down in the video description. Where did the mould come from? I think it was AliExpress. I'm pretty sure it was AliExpress. So I'll put you the link. I'll find it and put you the link for that as well. I think that looks really quite like antique bronze, brass. Oh, I don't know. Whatever, you know, that antique look. You know what I'm talking about. Let's put the lid back on that. Let's have another look at our pot. I am going to get some more colours of this. I'm impressed. I like it a lot. Look at that. You'd never believe that was just resin, would you? And of course you could use... Oh, I could go around the edge there, can't I? You could use silver as well instead. Can you imagine that with silver on? You'd get like a pewter effect. I'm thinking like a brass kind of colour would be nice. I'm not going to bother fixing those imperfections. I like them. Makes it all look old. What do you think then, folks? Let me know what you think about my little dragon mould. And let me know what you think about this finish that I've done. I rather like it. Shame I went a bit too mad with the gold there. Maybe I'll do a bit more like that round this side to match it up. But yeah, there we are. Hope that was useful if anybody's been looking at this stuff and thinking, I wonder what it's like. Now you know. and of course the little dragon mould. If you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you might like this one next. There's one coming up here just in a couple of seconds, so watch on and enjoy. See you soon.
Dreams and colors, where the resin crafters dwell. A dragon came from above to break the evil spell. With shimmering scales of gold and eyes so bright and green, a garden so bold, protecting